And we are live. What's going on, YouTube? And welcome to Goal Line Hockey Live. It is Kevin Forte, and we are back for another season of live streams. I apologize. We were having some issues with the last live stream. I'm going to try it again another day. But this is a big night for the NHL, so we're going live the old-fashioned way. I think there's going to be a problem with OBS Studio. But I just need to mess around with it. So I apologize to all you guys for the issues, but hopefully I was able to fix them. So far, 1-0 Pittsburgh. Honestly, it's one of those things where, I think Pittsburgh is it's kind of, they're feeling out their new team. Connor Bedard is obviously starting in his first NHL game. A lot of newbies on the Blackhawks defense. Kevin Korchinski, Wyatt Kaiser. Not a lot of NHL experience there on the back end. So it's going to be exciting to see some of those guys get a little bit more ice time. And what's going on? Thank you so much, guys. You are the best. Make sure to like this stream. It's going to help me out a ton. Shout out to Urban, shout out to Irish and Luis, our fellow Minnesota Wild, Colorado Avalanche, and Florida Panther fans here in the chat. So what do you guys want to talk about? There's a lot that's happened recently. Obviously, the big story tonight in the NHL is Connor Bedard. Yeah, of course, Urban wants to talk about Mini. What do we want to talk about? Matt Zuccarello, Ryan Hartman extensions. There's a lot we could talk about with the Minnesota Wild. Yes, I agree. Yeah, good game so far. Guys, this is going to be around the time that I'm able to live stream most nights because I do work till 9 o'clock at night. So once I get off at 9, I basically bolt home and I start live streaming as soon as I get home. So I'll do the best I can, but expect around 9 o'clock for most of our live streams, especially throughout the week. I would be doing a Saturday live stream, and maybe I'll do one in the afternoon for I don't know if they're going to have any matinees on Saturday. But I am planning on doing a live stream Saturday. It's going to be early, though, because the Islanders have their home opener, and you know your boy is going to be at that game. So the Islanders home opener, I'm going to be at UBS. So like I said, probably going to be an earlier stream on Saturday. So they're talking about the Blackhawks and the Penguins so far. This has been a good game, like you guys have said. The way I look at Pittsburgh should obviously win this game, right? Like, if they don't win this game, I think Penguins fans are going to be very upset. The way everybody kind of perceives Chicago, there's a rebuilding team, with a very young blue line that's going to make mistakes. And there's Crosby getting a goal. And there you go. There's a perfect example. So it's the defense kind of just caught watching the puck and making little mistakes. That's the game, man. And I really have a bad neck vein. What is that? If I've been screaming that loud. So there you go. We have our first goal here of the Goal Line Hockey live stream. And of course, it is Sidney Crosby as it is 2-0 Pittsburgh. Mrazek got caught beat out of his net. And just Chicago just kind of bad defense. Like I was saying, choppy defense from Chicago, growing pains. And again, Chicago doesn't score a lot of goals. So if Chicago has an issue with scoring goals and they're giving up a lot of goals like that, it's going to be a long season there in Chicago. But hey, you know what? You do have Connor Bedard. So under review, I don't know why. Is it offside? Ooh, that could be offside. Okay, let's see. So Chicago is using their offside challenge. The play is under review. So that looks pretty close. And the fact that Chicago challenged it makes me think that they see something there. I don't know. That looks offside to me. I got to be honest with you. That looks offside. I mean, if we're doing it by the rule. But here's the thing. Okay, so the goal is good. Okay. So I guess they don't have enough evidence to say that it didn't. That's a good goal. That's a good goal. All right. See, that's the thing. You can't tell that there's no clear footage showing that it's out. This is a goal, man. Man, that is weird seeing Corey Perry in a Blackhawks jersey. That's not going to grow on me too quick. All those years in Anaheim where he played Chicago in the Western Conference Final. Oh man, that is no. That's a big no for me. Yikes. What do you guys think? Listen, I don't want to, Eugene Melnick passed away last year, and that was very controversial. But Rocky Wirtz getting his own patch on the Blackhawks jersey. What do you guys think of that? I think there's going to be some fans that are pretty PO'd about that. I get it. I mean, it's the team is still owned by the Wirtz family, so obviously they're thinking of their dad. Like, yeah, we have to represent him and things like that. I guess that is kind of the way they're looking at it, but I don't know. So it looks like they're going to keep the goal from what you guys are saying. Tampa game got crazy in the third. Tampa is going to have a lot of crazy games if Johansson stays the starter. Yeah. So it's a good goal for Pittsburgh. So there you go. So now Pittsburgh gets a power play because of the challenge. So interesting call there. Huh. I got to be honest with you, that looked offside. I don't know. What do you guys think of the Pittsburgh goal? Do you think it was offside? I think they could have made the argument. I don't know. I guess their way of looking at it is unless it is completely black and white conclusive, we're going to go with the call that stands on the ice. And in that sense, it's the right call. Taco Tuesdays are so much better with real hockey. You are damn right, Irish. You're right. I can't say I had tacos for Taco Tuesday. You guys know I love Taco Bell. No Taco Bell tonight. So Chicago was unsuccessful on the power play earlier in the second period. We'll see if Pittsburgh can counteract with a power play goal here. Let's see. They look pretty good. Oh man. You could tell Chicago, it seems orderly, but Pittsburgh just kind of seems like they're going wherever they want with the puck. I don't know. They're keeping them to the outside, which I guess is good, but and guys, make sure to like the stream. Gets more people in here with us tonight. Definitely would appreciate that. And leave your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of this game so far? And I did not get to watch the Tampa Nashville game. So if you guys have any updates on that, I am definitely interested. It sounds like Jonas Johansson gave up a couple of goals, which we were kind of concerned about. But I'm really curious to see a team like Nashville because I think there's a couple teams there in the Central which aren't Chicago, but I think there's a couple teams in the Central a lot of people are kind of keeping their eye on, and Nashville is one of them. Like, they could be actually a team that ends up being one of those top three teams in that Central Division, but there's also the possibility they could miss the playoffs and be like going for Macklin Celebrini in the spring. So, what team gets the first pick this year? Chicago again? Well, yeah, that's true, Urban. Was 1-1 going to the third. Tampa won 5-3. Wow. Yeah, so you weren't kidding. There was a lot going on in that third period. Okay. I like some of the moves Pittsburgh made. They moved out a couple guys like Teddy Bluger, no longer there. He went to Vancouver. They moved out a couple bottom six guys. They bring in guys like Nola Chari, Lars Eller, um, Jansen Harkins. They're going to be a pain in the ass to play against. In all honesty, I think they made a really good addition to their bottom six, because that bottom six did look a little bit stale and not enough skill. That's not the case anymore. Oh man, Chicago had a chance there. All right. Oh man. I just want this to be a close game. I don't want a blowout in the home in the season. This is the game everybody's been hyping up. Oh! Ryan Donato with the first goal of the season for the Chicago Blackhawks. And I think Bedard got an assist on that as well. So it is 2-1 Pittsburgh. Ryan Donato, the new addition to the Blackhawks, one of the many additions. Great. Yeah, see, Tristan Jarry, he's been giving up a lot of rebounds in front of the net like that. Now, again, can you blame the defense for that, right? He made the first save. You got to block him out so he doesn't get the rebound? Probably, yeah. But it seems like Jarry's been giving up a lot of rebounds so far in the second period. But you guys can let me know what you think down below. But yeah, Donato had 14 goals last season. Pittsburgh is going to be better than I expected. Yeah, I think Pittsburgh's going to be pretty good too. I mean, Mike Sullivan is a very good coach, and I don't doubt him. It's more I doubt their defensive abilities. Like, you're not going to really see that tonight against Pittsburgh, against Chicago. But that defense is very offensive minded. And yes, I think Riley Smith was a huge addition. I think Vegas is, nobody's talking about that enough, how they lost Riley Smith. Vegas traded Riley Smith to the Penguins. He's going to really help out that penalty kill. I think that was a great addition. Again, talk about another guy it's going to be a pain in the ass to play against. Riley Smith definitely fits that bill. Goals, and more goals. Oh, so did Carlson score? You guys are blowing it for me. Urban's spoiling it for us. So 3 minutes left here in the second period, and it's 2-1 Pittsburgh. Thank you for joining us, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, like the stream. We can get more people in here for Connor Bedard's NHL debut, which is going to be pretty it's a pretty big deal. This is a guy that the NHL has been hyping up all summer. He's on the Pat McAfee show the other day. Like, people are talking about the NHL right now, getting ready for this season. I've been watching college football. They've had a lot of advertising for the NHL. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a very good thing. I don't know, my thoughts about ESPN are maybe a different story, and I'm sure you guys have your thoughts about ESPN. But in the sense of trying to grow the game right now, I think this is a pretty good direction right now with where they're at. Oh, and they have a Taco Bell ad. They really want me to eat Taco Bell, don't they? Oh, that looks good too. I need a Taco Bell like advertisement or something. I think I'm missing out there, but maybe we'll get a Taco Bell sponsorship. Who knows? Also, guys, every day I will be doing a members only video or live stream, depending on what works best. I'll be doing that every morning, basically discussing the games that either happened the night before and the next night's game. So if you want to become a member today, want to support the channel, I do have advertising on the live streams right now, and it's not ideal, but unfortunately I have to do that to make this, a little bit monetizable for now. So if you guys would help Get rid of some of that advertising. Become a member today. Leave some super chats, whatever. I will appreciate all of that. Shout out to Urban. Shout out to Irish. You guys are awesome. You guys are in the chat. You guys are the best. All you guys in here, thank you so much for joining us. Because I know there's a lot of expectations this season for the NHL. And there we go. So real in the chat. Woohoo, let's go. Goal Line Hockey Fam for the 2023-24 season. It is officially on. That is right, Surreal. You are right on the dot. All right. So who scored? So we're looking at, while we're kind of waiting for the rest of this Blackhawks game, Nikita Kucherov scored, Ryan O'Reilly, Juuso Parssinen, who I think is going to be huge for the Predators this year, Nick Paul, Brandon Hagel, Tommy Novak, Nick Paul, and Kucherov. So Kucherov and Nick Paul each have 2 goals already. Good Lord. Absolutely insane. What a start to that one. Oh, man. It is, honestly, it's kind of funny how much attention Connor Bedard has gotten so far. And he actually said, I think this morning, he's like, it's kind of annoying. Like, can they talk about anybody else other than me? I think Connor Bedard's got a really good personality. I hope it doesn't like wear thin as the season goes along. But I like Connor Bedard's personality. It sounds like all his interviews are pretty fun. So hopefully that keeps up the rest of the way. So Urban said, I think the Wild are going to be second in the Central and Dallas may be at risk of missing. On board with that throughout the entire offseason, but now they look at that roster going into this season. They've got a good team, man. Down the middle, they've got a lot of really good players there. I'm a little more confident in Dallas than I was earlier in the offseason. Urban, I don't know if you saw, I wasn't able to actually watch it. I do have to go back and watch the replay. Apparently, the Minnesota Wild Dallas Stars preseason game last week was out of this world, and I'm sure Urban can testify to that. But I want to know what you guys think. Wild smacked them in the mouth the other night. Yeah, I think that's what I was implying. Yes. Yeah, it sounded like that was a little bit of a bloodbath there. So we have a minute left here in the second period. 2-1 Pittsburgh. It's been a pretty interesting game. Maybe, again, kind of dipping into each other, dipping their toes into the water. Nothing crazy, especially for Chicago. Like I said, they have a lot of young players or just new faces there. So I think they're really going to make sure they just take some time to kind of figure things out, figure out the system, and avoid the big mistakes. That's really going to be the big thing, especially for Chicago with all that young talent there. And there is another one of the Goal Line Hockey. Oh, geez. PJ, a member here at the channel. Yo, Kev, long time no see. How are you? I'm doing great, PJ. I know you've been asking for the live streams. We are back. We are back with a live stream tonight. And, did Connor score? No, unfortunately, Connor did not score. And Connor, I don't know if you're talking about you or Connor Bedard. You might have to clarify that. So, yeah, no goals yet for Connor Bedard. He's had a couple good opportunities, though. He got an assist on the first goal by Ryan Donato, but you could tell Pittsburgh's definitely giving their lickings in. They are making things quite difficult on Bedard. It seems like anytime Bedard has the puck, it sounds like any chance they get, they are trying to take him off the puck, give him a nice hit. And the problem with that is, with Bedard, we saw this last season with Juraj Slafkovsky, which I'm going to have to do a Canadian stream and we'll talk about Slav because a lot of people are already saying he's a bust. Guys, come on. He's not a bust. He's not. At least not yet. And there were a couple games where there was those clips of Slafkovsky getting schmacked. And you know what I mean. You guys remember there were a couple games where Slafkovsky got smacked. And I think it's going to be really important early on this year for Bedard to quickly get rid of that, like, oh shit, like the less times he gets smoked early in the season, the less teams that are going to like fully pressure him. I think that's going to be a big thing for Bedard because if not, he's going to take a lot of hits this season. And they do have guys like Corey Perry and stuff like that that can get in the mix, but nobody that could really fight there. Let's go Pens from Sarah. Nice to see you. Connor. Oh, Connor has money on him. All right, so he better score a goal then. I'm super pumped for the new arena. Digging starts in January. Yes, that's a huge thing, PJ, for Calgary. So that's the end of the second period. Yeah, so I'm going to be talking to you guys here. Yeah, he's been hit 3 times. Yeah, so apparently, so first of all, the irony in the fact that, Calgary is going to be digging up ground in January. They better have some good machinery because we know the ground is going to be frozen solid there in Calgary, especially in January. But nonetheless, this is huge for the Calgary Flames. They've seen a huge rival down the road in Edmonton get a brand new state-of-the-art, beautiful arena. And there they are sitting in that, excuse my French, that dump there in the Saddle Dome. That's a beautiful building in terms of the structure and the design. But the actual building itself, it's done. They need to get a new building there in Calgary. So hopefully they are able to do that. And there you go. There's Irish explosives to dig holes in the frozen ground. Well, there you go. And that's why Irish is in the chat. So there's your answer. So no shovels will be in Calgary. They're just going to use dynamite. I'm going to ask the Flames to put a goal line hockey logo in the arena. Let's go, Kev. That is perfect. Yep. That's it right there. You want a winning comment? PJ's comment right there. That is it right there. Shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. Bunch of you guys here in the chat. So, like I said, I mean, looking at Chicago, obviously this is a rebuilding situation. The expectations are, it's all about Bedard. And, I was listening to the Spit and Chicklets guys, and they were saying, would Blackhawks fans rather them make the playoffs and Bedard has not a great point production season, or would they rather Bedard pick up a ton of points and they miss the playoffs? And I think that is a win-win if they miss the playoffs and Bedard picks up a ton of points, because they could hopefully get in the mix for one of those guys like Cole Yzerman or Max Celebrini. If they end up bottoming out and Bedard plays really well, that really seems to be what they want here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and buy some of that merch. That is 1,000%. That is why PJ is a moderator. Shout out to PJ, man. PJ is awesome. So what do you guys think of some of the news that's happened here this week? As an Islander fan, I have to admit I'm a little disappointed that we have an issue with Ross Johnson. He's no longer on the Islanders. He gets sent to the Anaheim Ducks. The Anaheim Ducks bring in a little bit of grit and snarl to their group. So Ross Johnson, his days with the New York Islanders are over. I think it's a win-win, though. He hasn't played a ton for the Islanders. It's just one of those guys. He wasn't getting in the lineup. So hopefully Pat Verbeek puts him in the lineup there in Anaheim, protect Owen Zellweger, Mason McTavish, Trevor Zegras, Jamie Drysdale. So hopefully that's what we're going to see there. PJ said Chicago is my dark horse team. A lot of people think they will be trash, but I don't think that's the case. I don't know. I think the problem is PJ, and I'm looking at their defense. They have a lot of young defensemen. They're going to be good defensemen, really good defensemen, but they're really young. And I think that's going to be part of the growing pains that this team is going to go through. So as long as they can avoid, again, I mean, you can't really avoid the lack of experience. That's something you just have to endure. That's something you just have to go through. And with guys like Korchinski, Kaiser, they're just going to have to go through the ringer with that. Breaking news, they are trash. Wow. Irish said they have less than a 2% chance of making the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. But again, the season started tonight, so everybody has as good of a chance as anybody else to make the playoffs. But yeah, I agree. I think Peter Mrazek that second goal was not a good look for Mrazek. The defense is kind of puck watching a little bit. Like I said, this is a great team in the future. I don't know about this season. I think they're better than the Coyotes. That's interesting, PJ. What do you guys think about PJ? Are the Arizona Coyotes better than the Blackhawks? I don't think so. I would say Arizona. I think Arizona is better. Logan Cooley, guys. If you guys haven't seen some of those Logan Cooley things, that goal he scored in the preseason in Australia, that thing was beautiful. PJ fell out of his wheelchair. You guys are crazy, man. No, I like that he has that. Flames win the division. That is a heck of a take, PJ. I don't know about that. I don't know if Calgary's going to make the playoffs. You know, I don't know. Matt Huska as the coach. I don't know. But like Urban said, I think Calgary making the playoffs is more likely than Chicago being better than Arizona. I think Arizona's goaltending could be a little bit better. I don't know. I think Arizona has more things going good for them, which I think will actually be a net negative for the Coyotes if they have a really good season, because they don't have that super end high-end talent. Like, they really needed a Connor Bedard to come in there. But maybe they'll be in the mix for Max Celebrini or something like that. I mean, what would be hysterical? People would freak out. If they finished like 10th or 11th and ended up winning the lottery for Celebrini or Yzerman next year, people would lose it. Oh, they're trying to keep Arizona. All the Illuminati theories would be coming out. All those things would be coming out because everyone would be thinking that, Gary Bettman's trying to keep the Coyotes and giving them the first overall pick and, all that stuff. I mean, I don't know. I think there's some merit to it, but it's a little far-fetched. Matt Coronado looking really good. Yeah, I haven't been able to watch much of the preseason, but I have heard good things about Coronado. I'm looking forward to seeing him. I'm kind of disappointed Dustin Wolf isn't starting, but from what I've heard, Dustin Wolf didn't do enough for them to make a move for Vladar. Like, if he was super exceptionally good, they would have done something there, but it wasn't to the point where he stole a job from Vladar as the backup, and that's kind of the reason they did what they did in sending Wolf back to the AHL. Kings are going to be a bit scary in the playoffs. Yeah, I think the Kings are a little underrated, and if you guys haven't watched that video, I made a video talking about exactly that. I think that the Los Angeles Kings are better than people give them credit. Everybody's talking about the 1-2 there with Vegas and Edmonton, and absolutely, like, you're not getting any argument from me there. But then there's like just this drop off between, Vegas, Edmonton, and literally everybody else. And I disagree with that. I think that the LA Kings are in that subcategory, but they are not with Anaheim, San Jose. I forgot who's in that division. Well, see, this is the thing, because you've also got Seattle, who I think Seattle could be good this year too. They have a very similar defense to Vegas, like in terms of just being a big defense. And we know Ron Francis's defenses do very well. We saw what he did in Carolina for all those years. I think they've got a good defense. And Irish says Seattle is overrated. I know he's not too thrilled with them right now because of the whole sub 900 in goal. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, their goaltending isn't good, but Irish, the thing is, their defense is solid. And they also added Brian Dumoulin, who some people might say, well, he has to be in the lineup and healthy. And yeah, there's an argument to be made for that. He needs to stay healthy, but if he's in the lineup and he's healthy, like, honestly, I think a guy like Brian Dumoulin could be another great addition on that back end. Canucks are going to be a good team in the Pacific as well. Yeah, they're my underrated team in the Pacific. I think Vancouver, this is the year they make the playoffs. They need a healthy Thatcher Demko. They need a good season up there in Vancouver, because if they don't, there is the threat of Elias Pettersson leaving and potentially Quinn Hughes not long after. So I don't know. Flames have a top 4 blue line in the league. It's better than the Wild's D-core. I don't know. I think PJ might be trying to troll there a little bit. But you know what? Minnesota's defense does look a little bit different too. They've lost a couple guys over the years. Carson Soucy is now in Vancouver, who is actually hurt right now. They recently lost Matt Dumba this summer to Arizona. I don't know. I think the key too for Calgary, like they need good Jacob Markstrom back. And the fact he gave up that one goal during the preseason in the first minute, that was a huge problem for Markstrom last year. Like, and they were talking about this, Elliot Friedman on the 32 Thoughts podcast. They were talking about like Jacob Markstrom when he's giving up those goals in the first like 2 minutes when they're still showing the starting lineup. Like, that's never a good look. And Jacob Markstrom did that way too many times last year. And the fact he did that on a like a pretty full roster, a dress rehearsal in Vancouver last week, does give me some hesitancy there. I mean, like I said, the good news is if Markstrom and Bedard don't work, they do have the ace in the hole there with Dustin Wolf, which most teams cannot say. Ask Tampa Bay right now. But I don't know. I'm not sold on Calgary. I'm just not. Shout out to our members here in the chat. PJ, Irish, Urban. Oh no, Urban's not a member yet, hopefully. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this stream. So we're trying to get more people in here before the third period. And the hockey season is officially back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We are back. And I'm so excited to be back here with you guys. It's been awesome. And I'm happy the NHL season is back. I really am. I will be live streaming again tomorrow night. Montreal and Toronto will be matching up. So if you guys are interested in seeing another Goal Line Hockey live stream, we will be doing that game tomorrow night. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely make sure to check that out. Vegas and Seattle, they're getting ready as they will be raising the Stanley Cup banner tonight there in Vegas. So that should be exciting. That's funny. So PJ, unfortunately, my sponsorship with Built Bar did come to an end. So no sponsorship with Built Bar this season, unfortunately. But I appreciate that, PJ. Thank you so much. Yes, and join the Goal Line Hockey Fantasy League. I don't think I did the draft yet. I should do that soon. I don't even know how many people are actually in that. But if you guys are interested in joining the fantasy league, definitely make sure to join that before we do the draft. I don't know. I completely forgot about that. Yes. Thank you for reminding me there, PJ. Gustafson looks as good as last year as well. Yeah, that's going to be big because you cannot rely on Marc-Andre Fleury this year. He's looked good in spades, but he's a guy that, I don't know, he has nothing to prove to anybody, but he still has that competitive nature and is just playing to play. You know, Fleury doesn't have to play. And I really do respect a guy like that in Marc-Andre Fleury. Like, even when he has nothing to prove, he's still going out there playing every season. That's a hockey guy right there. Yeah, and Urban, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That shootout with Connor Bedard when he kind of just, threw the puck back at them. Like, that's Fleury, man. That is Marc-Andre Fleury. That is the Fleury I remember in Pittsburgh. And he's just got that competitive edge. And some people think it's like a bad thing. I never look at it that way. I don't know. They care. You want guys that have passion, that care. And even though he was with the Penguins and I'm supposed to hate them, like, it's hard to disrespect. It's hard not to respect what Fleury did there in Pittsburgh. And even now in Vegas and everywhere else he's been, Fleury's a gamer, man. Fleury is the definition of a competitive gamer guy. And that is something I really do like about him. I think Erik Karlsson regresses heavily, scores 55 points. What do you guys think of that? Do you agree with PJ on that Erik Karlsson will really regress? That's a pretty big regression compared to last season. I I don't know about that. I think a lot of it's going to depend on how good Pittsburgh's power play is. And considering they have Malkin, Crosby, and Letang on there as well, that's going to be a pretty good power play still. I'm interested to see if they separate Letang and Carlson, but I don't know. $55 if he plays 55 games, sure. Yeah. So Urban's a little bit more optimistic. Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to be a point per game player, but like I said, I think a lot of it's going to, I mean, so far Pittsburgh has looked good in terms of their offensive game. But like I said, I'm not worried about Pittsburgh's offense. I'm worried about their defensive capabilities. And especially in this division, right? Like, yeah, the Islanders might not be as good this year, but, the Islanders, Carolina, even Philadelphia, and that sounds stupid because they're not a skilled team, but you need to play good defense. And I think that's something that's going to be really important this year for Pittsburgh. And I just don't know if they on the forward side of things, they have a lot of guys that are like that. But defensively, they're really lacking in that. Yep. Also, if Matt Barzal and Horvat click, they will surprise people this season. I think PJ did his homework. I think PJ did his homework because I said that last week on our, if any NHL team wants to make the playoffs, they need this to happen video. And when I talked about the Islanders, I said exactly that. I said the Islanders combo of Barzal and Horvat has to click, has to work. And to be honest with you, they need to be better on the power play. That's a big thing for the Islanders. They're very good defensively. They've got incredible goaltending with Sorokin and Varlamov, but they need to score more goals. And that is the Achilles heel of this team. Yeah, but what I meant, yeah, Philly is a hot mess, but I'm trying to explain it like the way that Tortorella, Brendamore, Lambert structure those teams, they're tough defensively, and you have to work for every inch of the ice. And I don't think Pittsburgh is enough like that. And I don't know if they have enough offense where they could just outscore everybody the entire season. I don't know. But again, they also have Tristan Jarry, who, in all honesty, from what I've seen in the second period, hasn't really looked good. Hey, what's going on, James? James Farrell in the chat. What's going on? Going to be a long season for the Isles. Yeah, I'm getting in my early games, my early reps at UBS because I'm worried as the season goes along that I will not be going to a lot of games because I don't see it. I want to be optimistic about the Islanders, but the Islanders scored the lowest rating of optimism from the entire National Hockey League. I think the Athletic did some kind of like poll vote, and the Islanders were 32nd for optimism going into this season, and I think that's pretty easy to tell, right? From the lack of moves they made. They brought in Julien Gauthier, who was a third line, fourth line, maybe scratch pad player for the Rangers. Carson Kuhlman, like really, this is the best we've got here. There's obvious reason for concern for the Islanders in that regard. They need to be better up front. They need more goals. Now, I will say the one thing that could be the difference for the Islanders is Oliver Wahlstrom coming back. If Oliver Wahlstrom is back and healthy, that could be huge for the Islanders. PJ said, Kev, I'm going to the home opener tomorrow. Any tips on getting the ladies? Ooh, that's a good question there, PJ. I don't see. It's hard, PJ, because I think I've seen your Instagram. You've got a good look. You've got a good style. I don't know. I don't know if hockey games are the best place to pick up girls. I don't know. I can't say I've ever done that. Pass me some Riz lines. I'm trying to think. It's been a while for me. It's been since 2020 since I had to use any Riz. Gold chain, goal line hockey cap, and some beanie action. You know what would help, PJ? You know what would help you get the ladies? A goal line hockey hat. And you know where you find that? In the description down below. We've got goal line hockey hats. If you want to work on your Riz game, pick up the ladies at your local hockey rink or at your next game, NHL game, whatever game. There you go. There's your answer. All right. What else are you guys saying? Yeah, going to be a long season for the Islanders. And like I said earlier, my Islanders fans that are in here, what do you guys think of Ross Johnston going to Anaheim? It's going to be weird without Ross, big Ross boss on the island, but it is what it is. Like I said earlier, I think it's going to be just better for both sides. It's just one of those things. Like Ross Johnson hasn't gotten a lot of playing time. He's going to get more ice time with the Islanders, and that also frees the Islanders up of a spot on the roster, which I think is a good thing. Who wins the Vezina this year? My pick is Sorokin. See, that's a tough one for me. Oh, that's a penalty. They didn't even call that. How did they not call that? Oh, okay, they got the arm up. Yeah, that's a penalty. Yeah, good play there by Wyatt Kaiser, keeping the feet moving. Who would win the Vezina? There's a couple guys that I really look at. I'm hoping for a bounce back season from Shesterkin. Sorokin definitely has to be in the conversation. Hellebuck, Demko. I don't know if I could pick one right now. UC Saros is definitely going to be in the conversation. So Chicago power play. So let's see. Is Bedard out there? I don't think so. Oh, Bedard's out there. Oh, Corey Perry almost got one. All right. Corey Perry on the power play for opening night. Jesus. That's a scary look there for Chicago. Oh, boy. Hey, he was holding him through the entire neutral. I think that's Matt Nieto. If I've seen that mustache anywhere, it has to be Matt Nieto. How many points for Bedard this year? If Bedard plays a full 82-game schedule, we talked about it a little bit already, but I think it's going to be some combination of like 35 goals and like 20 assists or something like that. I actually did a live stream last week talking about that. So if you're interested in checking out that live stream, James Farrell, I already did that. But I think my prediction was around like 50 to 60 points. I was fairly conservative. I don't know. Like, we've never seen this guy in legit NHL action. So for me to sit here and say, oh, he's going to be a point per game player, 40-goal season like Austin Matthews, like, you're asking for way too much. I just don't think that's realistic. And there we go. There is PJ. Goal line hockey for life. Shout out there to PJ. Thank you so much. As he is a bronze member here on the channel. So if you would like to be a member today, links are down below. Oh my God. Who is that? Is that who I think it is? Don Weaver in the chat. What's going on, my brother? What up, my man? Haven't chatted with you in a long time. How are things going? How was your summer? It was really good, Don. It was nice to get away from the game for a little bit. I got some vitamin C. I got some suntan. Obviously, you could see my tan doesn't stay very well because I'm already white as a ghost again. But that means it's hockey season, right? So thank you to you guys. And shout out to Don. He's back in the chat. Nice to see Don Weaver in here with us today. A bunch of you OGs. We got James in here, Don, Urban, PJ, all you guys. Surreal was here earlier. Irish is in here. You guys are awesome. Is this the last year for Lou, James? Yes, I think so. I think the Islanders are going to have to come to the realization with all those like sinker contracts and everything else. The Islanders are not going to be good this year. I hate to say it. I think the Islanders are going to regress this year. They're going to go as far as Ilya Sorokin lets them. That's about it. NHL is back on ESPN with a triple header, but you will not see NHL games for a while on ESPN. They have done that the last 2 seasons ever since the NHL went back to ESPN. Yes. Yeah, that's true. And apparently that game earlier today was a good one. Jonas Johansson being the starter for the Tampa Bay Lightning, that's a little bit weird. I want to see how that storyline unfolds for the Lightning. But 2 goals for Nick Paul, 2 goals for Cooch. Could have asked for a better start there in Tampa. Maybe a Stamkos goal just to add a little touch on top. But other than that, pretty good. So Chicago, let's see what they got here. A little undisciplined here by Pittsburgh. Another penalty. Oh no, Brian Ross coming in. All right. Will it be Lambert's last year as well? And that's from James. Yes, I think so. I think both Lambert and Lube would go. If that was the case, yes. Because I hate to say it's too in today's like sports world, it's too easy to get rid of the coach and GM compared to trying to trade any of those contracts the Islanders have. And that's kind of the situation there. So Chris Letang showing a little bit of bite, which I think is nice. That's the pain in the ass Chris Letang we're all used to, right? So he seems to be playing his typical self. Ryan Graves for the first time in the black and gold. That's kind of interesting. Whoa, Korchinski and Mrazek, a little slip up there. I don't think Mrazek was too happy about that. Lucas Reichel out there. Yeah, so there's a lot. I was really interested to see what Chicago would have in terms of who would be on the power play. They are throwing everybody out there. I saw a little bit of Cole Gutman earlier, Corey Perry. They are throwing just everybody out there. But it seems like Kevin Korchinski is on the ice more than he's not on the ice. So I think they're really high on Korchinski there. Athanasiou looks pretty good. He's skating around, doing his thing. So who do you guys think is going to win this game? It's 2-1 Pittsburgh with 13 minutes left. Do you think Chicago could tie it? Maybe a Connor Bedard goal? One for the dramatics, or do you think Pittsburgh's going to put this thing away? Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Pittsburgh's gotten into a little bit of penalty trouble. 2 penalties here in the last 5 minutes, but they've killed them both off. Pittsburgh 4-2 with the empty net by Urban. Okay. All right. We will see. So the Golden Knights coming onto the ice. We got Jack Eichel. Oh, man. So they're doing, I guess, the gold carpet. I would assume that's what they're doing. Opening night, raise the banner. Yeah. Vegas has a lot going on there. I just wonder if it's going to be a distraction for them. I don't know. I guess they're trying to prove people wrong in that sense because everybody's probably thinking that. But I don't know. UC Soros Ryan O'Reilly ad. It's interesting. I miss these ESPN ads. Oh, it's Mass Mutual. I miss all the player ads. You guys remember the player ads from like the 2000s? I remember the one in particular with Ovechkin. I think it was Ovechkin and there was a goalie. Was it Varlamov? It was like Varlamov coming through the ceiling tiles and Ovechkin was down below, and then there was another one. Ovechkin, like at the vending machine, was like bodying the vending machine to get the candy bar out, and there were a couple really good ones back in the day. Let me know if you guys remember those. Man, those are throwbacks. But it's nice to see the players getting a little more attention. You're recognizing the faces and things like that. Again, trying to grow the brand of the players in the NHL game. We see that so well in baseball and basketball and all these other sports. So hopefully they do that more. And James Farrell, he remembers. He knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm correct. Yeah, I remember those. Those were pretty good. Connor Bedard last season, 71 goals. Yeah, it is the Connor Bedard hype train right now. It is insane how much they have talked about Connor Bedard tonight. Oh, I just hope he scores a goal just to get that monkey off his back. Like I said, he has so much pressure on him. Just let him get that goal just to get that out of the way. You know, especially with the amount of coverage he's been getting, it's insane. Uh-oh. Crosby. Oh, Crosby almost got one there. Crosby already has a goal tonight. So anybody that doubted Crosby early on, he's already got a goal. So we'll see. We'll see how things play out the rest of the way. Malkin actually looked pretty good too. So that could be a really promising thing there for Pittsburgh. Oh, man. Gensel had a goal, but yeah, Mrazek is actually playing well. He's playing better than I thought he would have played. Surreal said Penn's covered him all night. No chances for Bedard. Yeah, Bedard has not had a ton of. I saw one play in particular, like at the top of the circle, Bedard almost got a goal in a place he should have had no business scoring a goal. But because of his shot and his release, he almost scored it. Like he's that type of skill. You give him an inch, that might be all it takes. But now they're showing highlights of him in Pee Wee. Oh my God. Jeez. The little Selly. Jeez, man. That's crazy. Isles play at Pittsburgh on New Year's Eve. I might go. Oh, that would be really good. And shout out to Irish. He just put in an offer to buy a house. Nice. Very nice there, Irish. It seems like the Islanders always play on the road New Year's Eve. I remember like 2 years ago they played in Winnipeg. Oh man, miscommunication there. Taylor Hall has looked pretty good here for Chicago. He's back checking, forechecking. Pretty good, honestly. They are going to need a guy like Taylor Hall to step up just to take some pressure in terms of scoring off of Bedard. Like anybody there that can score. Athanasiou. Maybe it's Ryan Donato who scored tonight. Like they are going to need help there for sure. Oh, that's true, James. They do always play Buffalo. That's another team. Yeah, Buffalo too. I got Devils versus Canucks on December 5th. Ooh, that should be a good one. Chicago's playing pretty well defensively, I gotta say. I have been pretty impressed with that. Oh, chance there. No good. I have to say, I'm impressed with Chicago's breakout. They've had Athanasiou come in with the puck a couple times. They've been pretty aggressive on the forecheck. I mean, not bad for a rebuilding team there in Chicago. At least on game 1, right? We'll see what they look like in game 80, but in game 1, a little bit of optimism here for Chicago in terms of definitely improvement from last year. They keep dumping the puck, putting a lot of pressure on Pittsburgh. I mean, that's a thing too with Pittsburgh. Like, how good are they? Teams are going to test that defense a lot because of. Oh man, so James is saying they tied it up. Okay, let's see. Did they tie it here? Maybe we're going to see it right here. Let's see. Mine might be a little delayed. Oh man, that's a nice shot, but they're going to want that one back. Yeah. So there you go. So you have a goal there for Cole Gutman. Yeah, I am pretty delayed, Urban, I know. So it is tied at 2. And what's going on, Morgan? Morgan in the chat? No, I'm just messing with you, Urban. You didn't ruin it. But yeah, so there you go. So Cole Gutman, that's a great shot. Where's the defense on that for Pittsburgh? Like, shoot, that he was way too open, right at the lower dot. You can't have that. You cannot have that there. Nope. Oh, there you go. So Morgan, he comes in with some fire. We need a Bedsy overtime winner. That would be pretty sick. Connor Bedard's NHL debut. He scores an overtime winner. Oh man, Chicago. They'd already be erecting a statue by the time he plays his first NHL game in Chicago. There at the United Center. But that was good defense by Pittsburgh. But see, Tristan Jarry does not look great. He's given up a couple rebounds right in the middle of the ice. If this is the problem from last year for Pittsburgh, it doesn't matter how many goals they score. They're going to give up a ton of goals. This cannot happen. And Jim coming in, what else is new? He has no glove. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it was a good shot. Like, he didn't shoot it into his glove, but yeah, it's a hard thing because in that position of the ice, Cole Gutman shouldn't have been that open to take that shot. I definitely understand being frustrated with Jarry. He's got to make that save. But again, in that position of the ice, Pittsburgh needs to protect the house a little bit better. There's no reason that he should have been open for that shot. I am seeing so many Taco Bell ads. This is not fair. I'm going to have to buy Taco Bell after this stream. This is killing me. I'm trying to be good. And I have all these Live Mas, Taco Bell, Nacho Fry ads. Good Lord. They're killing me. So leave your predictions down below, guys. Who do you think is going to win this game? And what's the score going to be? And who scores the game winner? Let me know down below. Also, if you have not already, I see 16 of you in here. Guys, make sure to like the stream. It would help me out a ton. So if you could like the stream, definitely make sure to do that. Thank you guys so much. As always, every Sunday morning, now that we are in this season, we are going to be doing a weekly power rankings. The power rankings has been absent for the past 2 years, but the power ranking series is back for the 2023-24 season at 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern every Sunday. Make sure to stay tuned for that power rankings. We will be doing that every Sunday. So definitely stay tuned for that because I'm really looking forward to that. We had a couple people show up for the preseason rankings, but we'll be doing a full-time one coming up very shortly. Irish thinks the Penguins win 3-2 in a shootout. Vegas Morgan says, how have you been, Kev, during the long offseason? I've been good. Morgan. I've enjoyed my little bit of a rest from the channel. You know, definitely toward the end of the end of the playoffs there, I was definitely getting a little burnt out. So I definitely needed some time off, and I'm really looking forward to this season. I've made some changes here. I've added OBS Studio to our live streaming situation. Obviously, it didn't work because we're back to our old live streaming platform. But I am looking to implement the OBS Studio into our format in the future. Just maybe I need a little bit more time to perfect it. And that is not today. So puck drop at 11:15 between Seattle and Vegas. I'm going to try and stay as long as I can here. I might even do another live stream just for that. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to check that out. I probably will, at least for the first period of the Seattle Vegas game. Oh my God, Mrazek just robbed Gensel again. That's the second time here in the third that Gensel has been robbed. Oh man, Mrazek. Besides that second goal, Mrazek has actually looked pretty good. That was a very nice save. Yeah, you could tell Gensel was frustrated. He knows he wants that one back. Shot it right into Mrazek's glove. I don't know. Tough night for Gensel here in game one. And watch, he'll end up scoring the game winner. What GPU were you using to kick out the stream you were using last week? Yeah, I have no idea, Irish. Was it better last week, Irish, when I did the live stream? Let me know if you can. Yeah, because I think last week it went a lot better. Yeah, I know. It's weird. Of course, for the game streams, it never works the way I want it to. The power rankings and all the other random testing streams, everything goes smooth. Everything's perfect. And then I do the game stream and we have problems, like just like last season. I can't win with that. It's been fine. Okay. How was the stream earlier, guys? Was it choppy for when I had the overlay? Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Morgan. I'm definitely glad to be back for sure. Yep. And like I said, tomorrow night we'll be back from Montreal, Toronto. They'll be doing a live stream. We'll be around the same time, around 9 o'clock tomorrow. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely make sure to check that out as well. Yeah, Morgan, if you want to go back and watch those streams, I did our preseason power rankings. Spoiler alert, Vegas was in the top 10, so I think you'll be happy about that. And I did one on Connor Bedard around the hype and how many points I project he'll have and the new template for the stream this year. So if you're interested in seeing that stuff, definitely make sure to go back and see those videos, especially before they go out of date. So I had 1440 available last week, 1080p tonight, 1080p far more stable typically. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that, Irish, because that's something I wasn't really sure. Yeah, the thing is with OBS, it's a little bit weird, and I'm not really. I'm looking at it right now, actually. That should be a little bit better. I have no idea. Hopefully, it's a little bit better, but I don't know. 1080 is always more stable. I can't watch 1440. Yeah, so that's important. Yeah, if that makes a difference for you guys, I will definitely do that for sure. Thank you guys for the information because that's going to help me out for the rest of these. Smooth as butter tonight. I love to hear that. I love to hear that, Irish. Thank you so much. So Dickinson goal. Oh no. Wow. So 4:31 to go in the third period. And the Chicago Blackhawks have taken the lead in Pittsburgh. Wow. So there you go. Huge goal. The Blackhawks fans all cheering. And Tristan Jarry does it again. That's a tough break there for oh man. You see, you can't even blame the defense or Jarry for that. That was just a crazy ricochet, but man, Penguins fans are going to be pissed if they lose this game. It's the last season all over again. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Morgan. Yeah, a lot of you guys have been asking me what I think the Islanders are going to do this season. I wish I could be more confident. The Islanders, I'm going to the season opener, the home opener on Saturday. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words with the Islanders, but we'll see. You guys are saying there's a fight? Hopefully we see a fight. Irish says the Isles are going to play 82 games. I'm pretty sure on that one. Now, unless we have some kind of weird pandemic again, I would bet if it weren't for that, I would bet money on the Islanders playing 82 games this year. But in that weird circumstance, I am not going to do that. Hopefully we never have that again. And James said, is Carlson playing? Yes, Eric Carlson is playing. And yeah, he hasn't looked that great. Neither is Letang. Letang's made a couple mistakes. Oh, man, that was a bad mistake, too. I mean, Pittsburgh looked okay. And now they've given up this goal to make it 3-2. And they don't look good. Like, there's even right there, another chance. Turning the puck over. Oh, that's not okay. Well, after the whistle, Pittsburgh shoots it on Mrazek, and there you go. You get a little dust up. Of course you do. Yeah. Mrazek has to stay out of that. There's no reason Mrazek has to be in there. I know he's upset, but there's no reason. Keep yourself out of it. You've got the lead. Keep your composure. You're beating the Penguins. You're not supposed to. No reason to get in a dust up here. Don't give Pittsburgh anything. Don't give them a power play. Don't give them any reason to try and come back. And I have it on mute, so I didn't actually hear the whistle. But based off the way everybody was acting, it did seem like Mrazek wasn't even really looking. I don't know what happened there, but it looked a little delayed. Again, I think it's a little frustration from Pittsburgh. They're obviously upset that they're not winning this game right now. You could tell the oxygen has been sucked out of Pittsburgh. And if they lose this game, not going to be a great look there. And what's interesting for Chicago, I mean, look at the goal scorers, right? Cole Gutman, Ryan Donato, Jason Dickinson. That's not Connor Bedard, Taylor Hall, Corey Perry, Athanasiou. It's nice to see those guys getting on the board. And like I said, for the most part so far, Wyatt Kaiser, Kevin Korchinski has been on there like every other shift. He's been on the ice in the third period. He looks really good. Again, you can only take so much from game one, but Korchinski, pretty impressive. I have to say I'm impressed so far. So I know we don't have any Kings or Leafs fans in here, but Jake Muzzin retired yesterday. Wait. So have you guys heard about this? So apparently, Connor Bedard will be fined for not wearing a helmet in warmups, breaking rules before even playing a game. ESPN reports the Blackhawks told Bedard and other Chicago rookie Kevin Korchinski, they'll take care of the fines as one will be coming for going without a helmet in warmups. The NHL implemented the rule for any player entering the league in 2020 or later. So that's interesting. So Bedard and Korchinski not wearing a helmet. That's a move, man. So James is saying empty net Pittsburgh. All right. I mean, they have nothing to lose at this point, well, except the game. Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. I just saw that on Instagram, and you guys didn't mention it, so interesting. So let's see. Is Pittsburgh going to find a way to tie it? Or are we going to see the Blackhawks take care of business in Connor Bedard's NHL debut? This could get spicy here in the final 2 minutes. Let's see if Pittsburgh can come back. But you could tell the fans just look like, based off of their body language, you could just tell like they're like, oh, here we go again. Oh, the puck's skipping into the zone. Nope. There's Malkin. So Brian Rust is out there. I assume Crosby's going to replace him. Oh, Crosby's out there too. Crosby, Gensel, and Rust. Oh, Letang missed his guy. Oh, and Nick Foligno with the goal to put the dagger in the Pittsburgh Penguins for the first game of Connor Bedard in the National Hockey League. And the Blackhawks stun the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh 4-2. There's going to be probably a lot of upset Penguins fans. This is a game they should have won. And we had a poll this morning, and obviously you guys are not predicting games. You're not good at predicting games because it was a 69 to 31 vote. You guys picked 69% of you picked Pittsburgh to win this game. You were wrong. How dare you make the wrong pick? But all kidding aside, I made the pick too. I thought Pittsburgh was going to win this one. And Nick Foligno, man, comes in. He's the reason that play even developed. So I'm happy he got the goal. And there's still a little bit of time here for Connor Bedard to score, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Whoa! Chance there for, who is that? Oh, that's Riley Smith. Riley Smith almost scored. But yeah, the Penguins fans already clearing the lower bowl. And there is night one in Pittsburgh. Wow. So honestly, overall, pretty good game by Peter Mrazek. You know, that second goal definitely had me concerned. That was not a good goal. But since then, he's looked pretty good. He looked very good tonight for the Blackhawks. He made a couple key saves. Yeah, there were a couple on Gensel that Gensel kind of missed where he was shooting, but you still got to make the save. They were on net. So give credit where it's due there to Peter Mrazek. We are in the final 40 seconds. Pittsburgh trying to make things interesting. But, man, he looks like a magnet. He's got everything. And that's the difference. Jari, I noticed it in the second period, and they were saying good things about Mrazek. I mean, about Jari. But for the most part, from what I've seen, Jari has looked worse than Mrazek. Mrazek's been covering up everything to his body. Everything's close to his body. No big rebounds in the middle of the ice. That's ultimately what costed Jari tonight. Was a couple of bad rebounds, defensive lapses for Pittsburgh. So 15 seconds to go. You guys said the game's over, so 4-2 final. So that is probably going to do it. Yeah, Vegas is going to be queued up. I'm going to set that up. I'm going to probably do a quick live stream for the Golden Knights and Seattle Kraken. So if you guys are interested in that, I will be doing that. Don't forget to like and subscribe here to the channel. I really do appreciate that. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next couple of minutes. We're going to be doing another live stream. Like I said, just the ceremonies and the puck drop in Vegas. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to check that out. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Peace out, guys.